Peace, 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 people. It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY. Want to give all praise and glory to the Father. Sunini is his name, the great I am that I am. Round of applause. Matter of fact, gunshot salute. Yes. And for those that don't know, I am Junes, the original, bound to by blood, not by converge. You know, I'm out here to splurge with the what? With the word. Yes. And I hope everybody's having a blessed one. Yesterday was an amazing day. You know, it was the day of freedom for us Haitians, you know, mon Haitien, you know, but they parle Creole pour, you know what I'm saying? I just said I'm gonna speak Creole for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a beautiful day. Shout out to all those that ate their soup, you know, drunk their cremas or wine or whatever you use to unwind. But I hope you use that time to reflect on the things that got us free. Are you dumb? Or are you dumb? But again, all praises be to the Father. Sunini is his name. We're gonna have a nice one. Nothing too long. You know, I ain't gonna take too much of your time, or am I? But yeah, you know, we're gonna start this new matrix on a good note, you know. I still gotta continuously keep my foot on you heathens and Hebrews in the newly installed Heathenites next. I gotta do the necessary things and bring forth this truth. As you see, you know, you see what's on my head, you know, war ready, right? I've been receiving a lot of attention. Shout out to all those that have been tuning in. I've been receiving a lot of attention from brothers that really want the truth, and also from those that want to debunk what I'm saying but can't, because, well, like I said before, what's happening is not my work. You feel me? I ain't here to do none of that, right? So we're gonna definitely talk today. Hold on. Make sure this things is not loud. You know what I mean? Bring this down a little bit. Okay. Make sure. Mic check. Can you hear me? All right. So we're going to go into these scriptures today, right? You know me, man. You know I always have the $1 million question. The $1 million question, right? And this is for you so-called Hebrew Israelites. And I'm going to talk about it. You know why? Because once upon a time, I was on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I thought I was that. Until I found out that I was lied to. And some of it is not these brothers' fault. We're just following what we was told, right? But at the same time, it comes a time where brothers and sisters need to start asking questions, because what's happening right now in this world, like I tell people all the time, these are the two things that's happening. The Father is waking brothers and sisters up that's within these religious factors, which is Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Israelism. Israelism is Christianity and Judaism merged together, gives you Israelite teachings. Yes, that's what it is, right? Brothers is gonna wake up and start seeking true understanding, or brothers is gonna wake up, feel like they've been deceived and lied to, and disregard the word altogether. And that's what the devil is banking for. That's what Abra Pike is banking for. But I'm here to tell you that the reason why things are not going according to plan is because of the lies that these heathens have displayed upon us. Okay? We must remember who these individuals are. We must remember what the Father said he was going to do to us for our disobedience. You must remember. You can't deviate from it. You can't go around it. You can't substitute it. You can't have hopes and waiting for, like Paul would tell you. You can't, none of that. None of that. You have to pay attention to what the Father Sunini Nanini has said. And he said that he was going to give you unto the hands of thy enemies. Not friends, not cousins, not brothers, not sisters, but thy enemies. Let's look up the definition. Let's look up the definition of enemies. Right? I'll show you something. Okay. Okay? This is enemies. This is the definition. It is a noun. Okay? It is a noun. Okay? When you look up, matter of fact, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Let me share my screen because I don't want people to make it seem like I'm talking foolishness. When you look up the definition of enemies, plural from enemy, right? What does it say? One who feels hatred towards, intended injuries to, or oppose another, a foe. One who opposes or is hostile to an idea or cause. Something destructive or injurious in its effect. Okay? We must not forget who the enemies is. Let's go look at their dictionary. Look. All right? One that is antagonistic to another. One who seeks to injure, overthrow, or confound a opponent. Let's not say something. Let's change this to someone who's harmful and not say or and deadly, right? A military adversary. You see this? You see this? A hostile unit or force. Okay? This is the definition for enemies. So why do I bring that up? Huh? I bring that up because through this awakening, brothers and sisters want to take this awakening and wisdom and knowledge and started opening the book and reading the book and started seeing things like Israel. Started reading books out of the Vanderbilt Dictionary Bible. Started reading Dead Sea Scrolls that was rewritten by R.H. Charles. All of who are the enemies. All of who are the enemies. The Father didn't say he was going to give you unto the hands of your cousins, to your brothers, to your sisters, to your brethren. He didn't say that. He said he was going to give you all into the hands of the enemy. The enemy. Yes. Screenshot it. Save it. Marinate around it. So why I say that? The enemy, a military adversary. Someone who is harmful and deadly. Everything that you can see that this is talking about, these individuals has done to you. One that is antagonistic to another, they antagonize you. They the ones that tells you what to believe and what not to follow. They the ones that told you, check this out. They the ones that told you that people that came from a land that looks exactly like you, aren't one of you. Put a title of a name of a particular group of people and look you in your eyes and say, that is not you. And where do we get this validation from, people? We get it from the Vanderbilt Bible, dictionary Bible, excuse me, who is also the #1 publisher, the publisher for the NIV, who's also the publisher for the Luciferian Bible, who is also the people who has worked with other European scholars. You know, the people that compiled the Bible, the ones that rewrote the Dead Sea Scrolls. They all work hand in hand to do what? Interject themselves within the scriptures so they can be the authority over our Father's word. And our brothers then take this as this awakening because they started reading the word. And then and instead of doing in-depth investigation, because everything that I bring forth, that I have brought forth, is all in the scriptures. When our big brother spoke and said, Ele la sabatani, when he spoke that, and I ask brothers till this day, what language was that he was speaking? If it's not Hebrew, then what language was that he was speaking? And I met with everything you can imagine. Everything you can imagine, I am met with. I met with, that's not what it means. That's not what he was saying. That's not what he's trying to do. And I say, okay. So then explain this. I say, so can you explain this? Let me put it on my front of my screen for those that's on YouTube. Those that's on Instagram. And this is Matthew 27:46. And about the 9th hour, our big brother cried with a loud voice, saying, Ele la sabatani. That is to say, this is what they interjected. This is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? When did our big brother walk on the scene and say, when have you forsaken me? And then when you look into what it really means, ele means this. Alama is for Sabbathani, the Sabbath keepers. So when this is what it means, and this is what they tell you, somebody is not telling us the truth. Huh? Somebody is not telling us the truth. All right? Then I sat down and then I began to think. I said, In Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, the Father said that if we hearken unto his word and to do all that he commanded thee, then we should be the head and not the tail. Then I asked myself, well, these brothers, and we all, even myself, we all have been keeping these commands. Let's just give an estimate time and say that this Israelite awakening has been going on, let's just say 50, 60 years. And within that 50, 60 years, we have yet to see any elevation unto the next level. And that next level is what? Being the head and not the tail. Being self-sufficient, where we don't need no outside support other than the children of Israel. And I'm using it in their terms. You then got to ask yourself, I've been in this walk for 15 plus years. There was a brother on Facebook. The man just said, he just put out a message and said, verbatim, me and my family of 7 are in a camper. Can somebody send us some cash app so we can buy some propane? We ran out of money. And I'm saying to myself, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Let me get this clear. Let me get this straight. So here's a brother who's keeping the commands, who's trying to be as righteous as can be, but yet still find himself to struggle and reaching out to people for some support. And then you got brothers and sisters, not just him, who are also in these same situations, maybe not as severe as this brother, but all is in a financial crisis, some way, shape, or form. And these are brothers that genuinely keep the commandments, supposedly call on the Father's name, supposedly know every precept, study, meditate day and night on the word, but yet is struggling. And then when I sit back and I say, well, so what about their teachers? What are their life like? You then come to the realization that the only people that's good keeping these commandments according to what they believe are the teachers, or your elders, or your bishops. Those that carry titles, they're the only ones that seem to be good. But when it comes to the sheep, the shepherds are good. But the sheep are still trying to figure out how to make ends meet. The sheep are still sleeping in their cars. The sheep are still living with their parents and can't get to the next level. The sheep are still going through the same trials and tribulation that Ray's going through across the street. And when these sheep bring this level of concern to the shepherd then tells them things like, you know, the father chastises those he loves. The father don't want you to love the things of this world. Be humble. Be patient. Be meek. This is what they tell you. They give you all Paul's writings. And then after the writing is done, and after they tell you that, yeah, the word might be soothing, and then you go home. But then when the bill collectors call, the soothing words now still doesn't fix the problem. Oh, yeah. And when the problem is now not fixed, brothers then start having animosity, frustration, bitterness towards their brethren. But remember what they was told. Remember what they tell you. Forsake not the assembly. Don't have no hatred for your brother without no probable cause, because you might be in judgment of hellfire. So then I sit back and I say to myself, well, with all of this transpiring and all of us is supposedly keeping the laws, why haven't anything beneficial come to us outside of our hard-earned money to go into these feasts, these weddings, buying garments? All of this is hard-earned money, hard work, which is you supposed to do as men. But at the same time, it's supposed to be a level of what? It's supposed to be a level of a nation building. The only time you see these brothers happy, I repeat, the only time you see these brothers happy is when they gather together amongst their brethren and they're able to have righteous talk. But after the service and situation is over, these same brothers gotta go home to a broken household, a bitter, angry wife, a terrible job, a stressful family, whether you still living with your parents. And then you gotta hold on to that for 6 days. And on the day that you have rest, you rest and you get the word and it feels good. But then you leave and go right back to the stress. But nobody says to themselves, but wait, hold on. I know my Father's word don't come back void. I be keeping these commandments. I ain't serving no other gods. I ain't bound myself to them. I am not covetous. I am not stealing. I am not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing on the Sabbath day. I'm keeping it holy. Why am I still the tail and not the head? Have you ever asked yourself, maybe it's because we're following the ways of the Gentiles? Have you ever asked yourself that maybe the God that we're calling on actually is probably factually not his name? And the customs and the traditions and the things that we have picking up on are the ways of the Gentiles? And a land that we saying that is ours is a land and a place orchestrated and created and run by Gentiles? The whole Middle East is operated and run by Gentiles. These people never left that area, never migrated, never did nothing. These people been there from the been there. You hear me? From the gate, these people was there. Before Abram was born, these people were there. Yes, I'm telling you the facts. Have you ever asked yourself and say, well, wait, but I keep the commandments. I'm righteous. I'm doing everything. Why am I still the tail and not the head? This is the $1 million question that you so-called Israelite people need to ask yourself. Why am I still the tail and not the head? Is the Father a liar? He says he hates a lying tongue. Is it because we are in captivity? That's what they want you to believe? But your teachers are in captivity, but they seem to be living prosperous lives. Big old homes, RVs, planes. On all the radio shows, YouTube, you find all of them. They're all somewhere. But here are brothers, myself included, who got to get up every single day, grind, bust their behind, day in, day out, to make ends meet. To then realize or then question the Father's word because something is not adding up. Has anybody asked those questions? Has anybody asked those questions? What are we not doing that's keeping us at the tail and not the head? Or should I say, what are we doing that's keeping us at the tail and not the head? What are we not doing that's stopping us, that's hindering us from being the head? What is that? What is that? And I need you Israelite brothers to answer that question for me. What is that? Why must I work so hard? Why must I work so hard? Bust my behind. Hold on. This thing is kind of loud. Why must I work so hard? Bust my behind to only receiving the short end of the stick like a tail? Why is brothers not unified? Why haven't this nation of so-called Israelites established themselves as one, waiting for the husband? Because aren't you supposed to be the bride? Why haven't that happened yet? Why haven't brothers and sisters put their pride aside and put their focus on one common cause? I was a part of this Israelite group. They kicked me out. Praise the Father for that. But you got when they want to give their praise, you got one saying all praises be to Yahweh. You got one saying all glory to Yah. You got another one saying Yahweh Shai. At one point, I'm saying all praises be to Ahaya. This is a group of people who supposedly read in one Bible, the KJV, with the Apocrypha, but yet have 15 different perspectives within this book. 15 different reasons to why we're struggling. And we try to take it upon ourselves to get off the grid and live off the land and do all of that and still struggle like the brother did with his 7 siblings, children, whoever. And nobody takes the time out to say, but wait, hold on, this do not make sense. How come we are still the tail and not the head? Oh yeah, because our kingdom, our time to rule isn't here yet. But that's not what the scriptures is referring to. We were talking about being the head and the tail. Yeah, we in captivity. But if you keep in the command, your teachers are in captivity. But when you see the way that they living good. They sleeping good. Everything is good. Wife got designer bags, all of that. Gucci shoes. But we all supposed to be keeping the law. So why is it only a group of people still living their lives? And yet here we are in captivity. But it seems like everybody's doing better than others. But aren't we supposed to be nation building? And the question that I ask for you pastors, leaders, elders, deacons, bishops, anybody that carry these titles, the money that you guys are generating, from all these brothers and sisters who's giving you not only their souls is in your hands, their finances is in your hands. All these people that's giving you their hard-earned money. Why haven't you guys established something for these people? A school, a safe haven, where all these brothers with all this wisdom and knowledge. Why haven't you guys come together and open up a one Israelite school that little children can go to, unmedically situated? Sisters, daughters, righteous, head covers. Brothers, stand tall fringes. Some place where they can feel at home. Where they're going to get the word, they're going to get the school curriculums, but do the necessary things to keep training up a child from young so when they get older, they won't depart. Why haven't that happened? Is it because maybe the Deuteronomy chapter 28 curses from 15 to 68 is still upon the people? Don't you notice that from 1 to 15 is the blessings, or should I say the preservedness? But from 15 down is nothing but pure evil, curses, envy, intimacy, have anger towards thy brother. But yet brothers and sisters want to take the time out and say that what's being forth isn't enough the Father. Brothers and sisters are saying things like, if you're not a part of the church, then by default you is of the ways of the devil, and we can't take heed to what you're saying. This is what's going on. Meanwhile, these same people that's talking this are the same people that struggle every single day. Are the same people that remains the tail and not the head. Why is that? I mean, I could tell you. I know why. I give you one commandment that you Israelites are breaking. The name of the Father you Israelites is breaking. Listen. The higher they are calling Yahweh, the broker they are. Let me say that again. The higher they are calling on Yahweh, the broker they are. That right there. Thou shalt not call the Father's name in vain. Were you calling on other deities, other fallen gods, other than the name that was given? You are breaking the commandments. And people don't like when I say this. And instead of people realizing this, because it's right in front of your face, instead of people realizing that, they rather take the word and use it for defense mechanisms, because these people can't stand the fact that you're following the lie. You got people coming on these social media platforms trying to prove their point that New Year's is not in January, but in April. But who told you it was in April? Who told you it was in April? The enemy? Was it your enemies that told you that it was in April? The Father didn't say he was going to give you unto the hands of people that's going to see you as their brethren, that's going to want the best for you. Society, history have shown the total opposite. Because the Father said he was going to give you unto the hands of thy enemies. And you get mad at me. And brother's gonna say things, well, but man, you just chatting, man. It sounds like you're going on a rant. There's no rant. There's no rant. You could tune in. You can tune in for educational classes on the seventh day. That's when I decide to open the books and read. And I'm about to start having a reader. Yo, Biz, you already know what time it is, man. I'm gonna need you to come read for me, because I be going all over the place. I need somebody to stay focused on there, so when he can remember, I could go here and dab there and then come right back to where I need him to be, so we can continue keeping our foot on you heathens and Hebrews and the newly installed heathenites next. Ask yourself these questions, people. Ask yourself these questions, Israelite. Ask yourself, what language are you speaking when you're saying Yahweh, Yahweh, speaking with your tongue cracked? Ask yourself, what language are you speaking? I thought our big brother said we are the salt of the earth. I don't sound like nothing flavorish when you speak it. It sounds Russian to me. Sound Polish to me. Sound Ukrainian to me. Sound Turkish to me. But my bad. Turkey is ours too. That's where the ark landed. Turkey don't even have turkeys. Probably don't. I know for a fact they don't got no giraffe. They don't got no hippopotamus. I know for a fact. So how did these animals make it to the other side of the continent? I'll let you tell it. But the problem that I have with you guys is you're gonna take what I'm saying and still disregard it. And not ask yourself these questions and say, wait, but he does make sense. Why are we still the tail and not the head? And here I am. I've been in this truth for 10 plus years. I've been walking in the ways of Israelism for 10 plus years. And I'm still finding myself to punch in. Still got to find myself to deal with a level of disrespect. Still got to force people to believe and respect my honor. Still. Ask yourself what's going on here. I pray 3 times a day. I give my first tidings. I keep the feast days. I do what I'm supposed to do. I move in righteousness. I don't have no malice. I don't murmur, no backbiting. I'm not doing nothing. But yet here I am, still the tail and not the head. What's going on here, people? Here I am, a part of an organization. And I can't even go into the next organization and put these organizations together and change this organization from an organization into a nation. I can't even do that. But we keeping the commandments. Are we really? Are we really? I can show you all the commandments that you guys are breaking. Every single one. Matter of fact, you are breaking every single commandment. You may some of y'all may be keeping the book of Leviticus, but Exodus chapter 20, you guys breaking all of that. Oh, every single one. Every single one. And the only reason why you ain't received the wrath is because the Father still have mercy. Because he appreciate the fact that you actually open the book and read. But that's enough for the milk. Some of you dudes been in this truth 10 plus years and still stuck. It's enough with the milk. Are you ready for some meat? Pause. Are you ready for some meat? Are you ready to eat food that's going to soothe your soul? The word, the milk was only soothing your flesh. Or should I say your spirit? But this meat right here is food for the soul. You hear when they call it soul food? Where do you think they get that from? Make it make sense. Moving forward, I ask brothers and sisters to take the time out and do their own studies. You got to read. You got to let go of this Europeanism. You got to say to yourself, I am not a European, so I can't look at it like a European. I am not a Gentile. I can't live and dwell amongst Gentiles. I got to remember that these people who's presenting me with this information are also the enemy. I can't forget. You can't forget it like they tell you not to forget 9/11. You can't forget it like these people tell you not to forget the Holocaust. You can't forget it. You can't forget the 70 million brothers and sisters and children that died on their way here from Africa. The slaughters, the rapes, the kidnaps, the drugging, the Ebola, the things that cause these young children to be paralyzed, can't walk, can't keep their head up. I got all of these information. I got all these records. I can't put them up on these YouTubes because these people are going to hit me with a strike, say I'm going against community guidelines, the whole shebang. So I got no time for all of that. But what I do got time, I got time to ask one question to you Israelites. Why are you guys still the tail and not the head? And I want everybody to share this to every single Israelite person that they know. And you must then ask them to answer this question, please. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Don't worry about how I'm dressed. You got these brothers gonna say, how you gonna take things from him? He got his head uncovered. He got his head covered. Who told you that? Paul? Paul at this point, I pick and choose what I want out of Paul. That's me. Paul is not the end all be all when it comes to the word. You know why? Because Paul didn't walk with our big brother. Paul wasn't given the keys. Paul was the man for the Gentiles. He was the Gentiles' disciples. So this is why the Gentiles love Paul's writings. So for me, as a child of the Jacob, from the blood of Abraham, Isaac, all the way down to Steph, Adam, and the Father himself. For me, if it's not associated with what my forefathers, those names I just mentioned, I then have the right to pick and choose what to accept and what not. And I want to put something on my head. So what? Because while I got this on my head, you guys still breaking every single commandments that there is. Why you trying to stand and street preach and try to go against Caucasian people, want to be little brothers and sisters, want to go against people. You want to take the fruitful, the living word. You want to take that and kill somebody so they can die spiritually, so they can have a spiritual death. This is what you doing. And you worrying about what I'm wearing? This is what I mean when you still drinking milk and you're not even ready for this meat. You guys are unlearned. You're unprepared. You're not ready. You're not ready for this war. Some of y'all not even going to make it. My children is more suited and mentally prepared than you guys. This is a fact. My wife is more stronger and ready for war, prepared than some of you guys. Because you guys are children. Bitter children at that. European children at that. Ooh, did he just call them European babies? Some of y'all are Cain babies. Cain babies. You heard of candy cane? No, you are Cain babies. And the lust of your father you shall do, for he was a murderer from the beginning. Are you dumb or are you dumb? I'm going to leave it as that. Share this to all your Israelite brothers and sisters and have them answer this one question. Say it like this. You guys are keeping the commandments, right? Yes, of course. Hallelujah. Yeah. 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 How long you been keeping these commandments? Oh, I've been in this truth for a couple of years now. Yeah. Okay. So can you answer this question, please? Sure. What's the question? Why are you still the tail and not the head? Watch the excuses. Watch how many precepts brothers and sisters is gonna bring forth when the Father said, I am not the author of confusion. But anyway, it's your brother man from the motherland. I came to you guys live. You know what my name is. My name is what? Mr. Keep My Foot on You Heathens. He grows. And the newly installed Heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? I'ma holler at you.